Greetings, salutations. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ekard here with my partner in crime.
Hey guys, what's up? It's OTK.
And today, by popular request, because you guys have been going ham, so I believe the correct term for auto fans is Ottoman. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So, like,
that's just what one comment said.
So Kylie with the lovers, hi
yes,
lovers,
yes,
and then Otto with the Ottomans.
Yes, yes. And everyone has been saying that, yo, we understand reacting to, you know, the pre-recorded studio version for Otto, like that's good and that's good and all, but you don't know Otto until you see a live performance. This is going to be the first live performance that we're going to be watching for Otto. I will say this, like, we are scared with live performances because we know copyright strikes. Listen, This is not like, this is not the first time we've done music reactions. I have 2 other channels, and you know, that have, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and music reactions have gotten copyright strikes. And yeah, that's the reason why we don't do as a lot of them, and that's also why we have the filter on the video. Well, with all that said, folks, Aishite by Otto. Let's go ahead and check it out. So I was wondering, how does a faceless artist do a concert? Because this will be the first.
Lighting.
Yeah. Oh man, is she in a cage? Oh man. Okay. Ooh. You know, you get goosebumps. Yo. Yeah. I'm just really impressed with the voice inflections and the octave changes, man. On a whim. Okay. Especially when she hits these like really soft notes. Reading the lyrics of the song is painful, bruh. cry. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh man. Yeah. You go first.
Okay. So I appreciate the construction of the song. I also want to note that the use of the like circus melody adds that feeling of whimsy, but that melody gets used a lot when you're trying to convey like whether a character, whether they're acting or a character in singing, is either being foolish or a puppet or being a clown or a marionette. There's quite a few songs that I really enjoy story structures that work around that melody and what it means, and that's a melody that's used by a lot of different artists for a lot of different things, and you know, whether it's an acting medium or in singing. And I, you know, when you hear that, you know, you kind of understand the context of the song, right? And that, thank you for the closed caption for kind of getting a deeper context of it too. Yeah, I know so we've been reading the comments the last couple days, and I know a lot of people were like, you know, it's not really aggressive and she's not really rock, but there is an aggressive style of pain that she conveys so articulate, like with such articulation in the way she uses her voice that is so impressive to me, right? So like, you know, I personally think this is a song that I need to listen to the studio version of just to hear the production of it. But being able to hear the pain in the song live, that's yeah. She's really good. She's really good. I know you were talking like her inflections and the change and stuff, and going from the soft whispers of certain lines to the screeching, because at some part it felt like screeching, and if you've been heartbroken or you've been through a pain, you know
what that emotion is
like. Yeah, you know what that emotion is like. Yeah, I also appreciate like the stage direction. I don't know if the cage is like always a constant thing, but to me it makes sense, especially if she wants to keep her anonymity. Yeah, because you can light a small area so that you don't necessarily show the figure. Yeah, and that kind of keeps her contained and safe, because if she's moving all around, it's kind of hard for the lighting crew to be like, oh, we got to turn off the lights here, we have to light it this way, you know. I mean, there's stage shows that are structured that way, so it's not an impossibility, but you know, the cage tends to be her thing. I appreciate. Yeah, also just keeping it bright so that you can see the other, and I know this is more of a production praise than it is like an auto praise, but it's wonderful to see these things live and how much work goes into that through stage crew, set design, lighting, sound, and how that all comes together to protect the artist, right? She wants to keep her face hidden. And I gotta give it up to those guys, because I couldn't see shit. You could see her silhouette, which was also, I think, in a way, highlighted the theme of the song, right? So it's like watching like a shadow puppet along the walls. Like, sorry, some songs my brain starts thinking of music videos for. And that's kind of what started happening. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's really important also to note that too, that it's amazing to praise the artist, but we also should praise the people that work around them and what it takes to bring the artist's majesty to us, right? So I want to really hand it to the people that worked on that staging, and her band as well. Her band was pretty cool. I'm glad that also, like, I know with some solo singers, there isn't much appreciation for the band, but in a weird way, because she doesn't show her face, you get to also appreciate the people who are creating the music around her.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool too. Yeah, the song was great. The song, it's definitely a song I'm gonna have to listen to again, just to really absorb the texture of it. Um, and it's always wonderful seeing fans really excited about the artist that they're watching. That always makes me happy. I give the song like a 9 out of 10, and the live a 9 out of 10. It was still so engaging, and I'm impressed by what was managed. And it seemed like a pretty small stage for a pretty large crowd. So yeah.
Yeah. So I know that this song is actually a cover. Because I believe the original song was like a Vocaloid from back in the days. Now that I because I like hearing the melody, you know, Aishite, yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the cover. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Auto fans, aka Automan. But I believe this one's the cover. But regardless of it being a cover or not, the emotion.
Hey, some of my favorite songs are covers.
Yes.
Like sometimes an artist can give you a song and it's beautiful what they do with it, but 10 years down the line, even a year down the line, another artist will come up and just take that song and transform it and make it their own.
Yeah.
I love a good cover.
Like, oh man, like as I, you know, it's like it was a roller coaster of emotions listening to the song, because it's like in the beginning I'm like, you know, we're hearing everything, and Aishite means love me, and you know that was the lyrics was breaking down as well, and just it was like in the beginning I'm just like taking in the talent, right, taking in the atmosphere of like being in that live crowd, you know, just like what are these fans, you know, feeling like, what is, you know, the artist atmosphere that they're trying to do. It's already like the initial, like this being the first video, seeing her in the cage, thinking about like just thinking about like this the talent first, right? So it's like that, of course, with Otto, when it comes to her voice, that's always been blowing me away. It's like somebody who has multiple personalities, and each personality in this like throughout this like this song was fighting for the mic, fighting for like stage time, right? Especially because she has so much different range with her vocal ability, which I think I could probably at the moment there's probably a handful of people that I've listened to over the years that have that type of vocal range, especially the deep tones mixed in with the softer tones as well. So that's just natural, you know, that's natural talent. But as the song goes on, reading them lyrics, like I'm just getting it was getting more emotional, because I'm just like, damn, like this song is like everything about everything about the song is becoming like so it's like I'm feeling it pretty much, and marrying it with her actual vocal, like with her vocals and whatnot. Like that's why I was like, it became even more like quieter towards the end, because I was like, damn, these lyrics is hitting on an emotional damage type of level. And then it's like, you know, like I think the screaming, right, or the screeching, like the pain and it's like you actually feel like the pain and suffering, you know, that's what she's trying to convey with it. I know a lot of her songs, you know, not a lot of her songs, because we haven't heard a lot of her songs, but from what other people are saying, like in regards to her screaming, it's like this is just a way of expression. Especially
I mean, yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's an expression. So I know, because I know some people would be like, they find the screaming annoying or anything like that, but like this is one of her colors, that she portrays, you know, especially when you're going through a rough time, you know, sometimes you just only want to scream, you know, and a lot of people don't do enough of that, you know, voicing theirs, like, but we see it in dramas, we see it in anime, but how many of our close friends just like yell out and scream when, you know, they're going through something, right? So there you go.
It's quite abundant.
It's yes,
more people should do it.
Yes. And yeah, as you know, continue to listen to the song, just like, yeah, man, this is special, very special. That's literally what So it should be already known. Like, it's funny enough. Yesterday, it was Christmas when well, it was the day after Christmas when we were recording this. So I was like yesterday, someone was like, yo, you should check out Otto's gonna be in the US next year. So you should try to see if you can get tickets. So I go and see if there's, all right, you know what? Let me see if there's actually any tickets. Of course, where we're at, it's sold out. But luckily, I found some tickets. So I mean, it's not until next year, August. So yeah, we'll check out Otto live. I think we're doing more concerts, next year. I mean, we have Kylie next year, we have Otto.
Yeah.
We'll see what other concerts, pop up between now and then. But I was just like wondering, like, how does a faceless artist, like, how does this work? Because I know she had the concert over here at NYC earlier, but there was like a no camera policy. So this is how, she can protect, that mystery, right? I think, was it the Weekend back in the day that really didn't want to show his face until like more recent years? Like, he tried to keep like this whole mystery vibe going around. I think it was the Weekend. That was like his whole thing. He tried to like really just not show himself in music videos.
There's one popular artist that we actually checked out, Orville Peck with Kylie Minogue.
Okay.
When we watched that live, Orville Peck wears a mask.
Yeah.
And he always wears a mask. I think, people, it's been a couple years, so maybe there are a few people, obviously, who his family knows, his family and friend knows what he looks like, but when he makes live appearances, whether it's on talk shows or judging or singing or whatever, or acting, he's always wearing a mask.
Yeah, similar to Marshmello, right? DJ Marshmello, like, who always wears like the Marshmello mask as well. And you rarely will see what their faces are looking like, but it's always that mystique around it. And I love that form of artistry, because you fall in love with her voice, with the talent, and the way that she can make you feel during the live stages. And it's like, you don't need to see the artist per se, like, in order to feel the emotions that they give.
Isn't it also one of the special things about the Vocaloids too, where even though you can connect with the holograms with Miko and Dem, but like, it's not, unless it's AI, I don't know, I don't really follow them like that, but there's an assigned singer who does, it's like, okay, so like that, and then like something like for Americans who are about our age or a little older, Gem and the Holograms, right? It's a cartoon about a singer and her band, and versus who she runs a company, whatever. But also she has a rival band, and even though they're not live people, they still hire people to sing the songs, and then those have their own fandom, similar to Josie and the Pussycats in the 70s. You can have faceless artists and still appreciate the people that they hire for the vocals. But this, we get a sort of idea of what the actual person is, but we're able to connect with the voice as opposed to the physical presentation.
And I mean, with all that said, I give it a 10 out of 10 for both, live and the song. It's just, man, growing up around like producing music, right? And then, working, say, well, like, even if I'm working with other artists or anything like that, I am really drawn to voices, right? And if you guys are new to this channel, I don't watch music videos, or I wasn't watching music videos when I was growing up, right? However, when I found artists, it would usually be through mixtapes or random CDs that my family would give me, and I would never know the faces behind these. Like, I didn't know Kylie Minogue "Son, Can't You Get Out of My Head" until recently. But I know I've heard the song before, but I fall in love with voices. And I forgot the actual term for this. When it's not that I see colors per se when I hear sound. Because there's a specific term for that. But also having like music wise, like perfect pitch, growing up with that, like it's I mentioned before, like hugs, right? And the way that voices can like give a certain amount of emotion, But like, yeah, it's like when I listen to like Otto, it's like I want to give her a hug type of deal. It was very different from when I listened to, like, for instance, Kylie Minogue. When I listen to her, it's like she's giving me a hug. When I'm listening to Otto, I want to be the one that gives her a hug. Like, and it's like one of those, like, you're gonna be okay. That, everything is gonna be okay. And you know, when we're listening to these songs and they have so much pain behind them and whatnot, like, yeah, it's like, damn, man, I want to be the one embracing them. But when I listen to some other artists, it's like they're the ones embracing me. So it's like it's like completely different feel. And you know, as someone, you know, as we're just taking it in, I just like appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, you just want music to make you feel things. So
yeah, that's why I love it. That's why I love the structure of music videos and live stages. And you know, I'm offline. I'm always going off on a tangent on the importance of music videos and shows and performances and how it connects people and bridges gaps between fandoms and opens up your world to music. And I've always been a firm believer you can't close yourself off to the world. You can't close yourself off to just what you like, because there's so much. I mean, look, like what you like. I like what I like. It's fine. But I also don't limit myself into just those small scopes, because if I did, I don't know if I'd be open to listening. I don't know. And I've always liked J-pop, and I like it. It's I'm always hard to base everything else off of, because I like everything.
Yeah.
But I also think it's because I like everything that kind of gives me a more appreciative, more optimistic worldview on things. And music is a big proprietor of that. Music is healing. You know, artists are harbingers of things to come, of things that could be. Things we should be. And yeah, and music, like food, is a great not divider, is a great it brings people together.
Yeah.
And we just have to be open to all of it and none of it and everything all at the same time. I appreciate you guys for being so, and don't take this negative, but being very rabid about her. Because even though, like, this is what, our third or fourth song of hers, we have now found an artist that we appreciate, that we love, that we're excited to listen to more of. And it has a big chunk to do with her talent, but a big chunk because you guys have been so open and welcome, and, you know, very, very rabid about getting her out there and getting us to experience her. So thank you. Yeah.
Yep. So with that said, folks, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, you can check out our Patreons. You can become a free member. We're going to be posting a lot more videos to Patreon more exclusively as we get into the new year as well. So for those of you that will have burning requests that want us to check out, whether it's Otto or any other artists out there in the world, we're open to all artists pretty much.
Yeah.
You can check out our Patreon with the request tiers. And
but yeah, I will also say this though, just be careful about who you post, because I also know there are some artists that like we just shouldn't be paying mind to. But yeah, Patreon is there, so please feel free to join.
Yeah. So yeah, with that said, folks, we'll be catching you guys next time. You already know. Doses.